Alright. So, it's been a while, guys. I'm still Professor Barr, and I'm sorry that it's taking so long to get to right here again, because this is for those new guys among you toward Warships Legends. Sorry, you know, COVID and shit, and grading your exams took a little bit longer than I'd like to admit. But we're back here today, and today finally is a day where we're going to be watching active gameplay, and we're going to be doing something that needs to be done, and that is game sense, in-game sense, real in-game sense, and target selection. These are two important things. At the end of every single one of these correspondence classes, I tell you to get into the practice range and practice, practice, practice. That's just to get you used to swapping shell, if you can. To be fair, because the British cruisers normally are fixed, so but swapping between torpedoes and, you know, HE and AP and when to use them, and against what kinds of ships, and to discover certain things on your own, like where the Citadel is on some ships, and, you know, incapacitations and all that. Well, now it's finally time to watch someone who knows what the heck they're doing and how to game. So, as you can see, I'm playing the Miyoko. This is for us, again, console. This is tier 6 Japanese. I'm going to be perfectly frank with you guys and say I lost this game, but I was the last person on my team alive, going against a destroyer and the Arizona. So you know it's scary when the Arizona's in your presence. So as you can see, I fixed my guns and I just wanted to screw around with my torpedoes because I know I won't be seeing anybody, and like hell they're gonna hit anything, especially on that side. That's our side. If there's an enemy there, I'm gonna be surprised because they're hacking. But I decided to play the Miyoko because I never do this, but I finally decided, let me try playing a cruiser that I know that can't take shot, like a battleship or like a battle cruiser. The Ganiza now presented itself as a target, so I shot. And you can see it takes a while, but that's why you have the estimated time on there. So the beginning of the battle here is rather self-explanatory. I decided to also launch my plane just to see what I can see. You never know, sometimes find stuff. So I decided to start with the Ganiza now. And this is when I realized, wait, at this distance my shells are going to do stuff, kind of, but they're not doing much because ricochet angles are too high now. So switch to HE, and I swapped target because behind the mountain, I mean you can fire over it, but there's a cruiser. Cruisers, when you're fighting cruisers, are more important to fight, okay? We had the first loss. Now, I didn't notice this at the time, and I should have. I should have been looking at my map more, but I could have possibly helped destroy the Atsukashi before. But so I fired a Miyoko, and then I'm now fighting destroyer. And you can see that was a good move for me. Got to half health. And this is when I look at the map and I notice something. Scharnhorst just went down right there. I mean, Ganiza took command and so tit for tat. So sister ships fight it out like that. It's like, But I noticed Arizona's right there. Our Ganiza is too far forward and I can't support him that way. And I try to tell him, get your ass out of there. And I realized I need to leave. I need to leave because there's like an Ganiza there, Arizona's out in the back, and another battleship. So it would be stupid for me to fight it. And now I'm just gonna fire torpedoes, because who knows, I might hit him. But it's at the maximum range, so it's like, good luck. And I have to just let him be to his own devices. That Ganiza, or our Ganiza over there. So I see that on the far right of the map we have teammates, so I'm just gonna spectate what happens to the Ganiza now. Well, unexpected results happen. The enemy team is taking the lead. I have national voices not because I like national voices, but as you can see here, I started out a little bit bad, but I recognized these things, and I swap back to AP because now it's all really sturdy stuff. I need to fight it. So it's just this. I'm not gonna lie to you. The middle section of this is mostly just sailing, but I'm going to use that time to impress upon you something. Notice where my torpedoes, where I set my aim. Setting a little bit ahead of where in theory it should be. That dotted line is the center of it. Okay, that's the center torpedo, if or the center of your torpedo spread. If you have a nod, it's going to be a torpedo on that line. If you have even, dead middle. But the most important thing that you notice, and you should be doing as well, is always put it closer to your target. Okay? Always have your torpedoes closer to the target. For the simple fact of, remember, you can see them in the water. Depending on the torpedo itself and your concealment of it from the ship, naturally, and whether there's modifiers on it, and how they have their captain set up. There's a lot of factors, but those are the main ones. So the captain skill, the torpedoes in question. Yes, I didn't think that was going to hit because that's pretty much maximum range. So it was, and I'm watching him constantly because I know I can't let him see me. Remember, that little blue ring on the inside is the detection for me. As soon as he crosses that threshold with his conning tower, he has me to its right pretty much. So long as he can hit his shots, I guess. It's fair enough. But that's what I was saying. Come on, keep an eye on him. Make sure you have the proper shell for that. Do it again. No, right, because he turned. He doesn't know where I am fully, but he knows my rough position because my plane is still in the area. For some reason he didn't try shooting randomly. And then we broke line of sight. So now it's just straight gunning for my team. But the reason why you put the torpedoes to the inside of your HUD for it, your lead tracker, it's for a very good reason. You can see torpedoes from a while away. Normally, I'm gonna be general here and say every ship can see it at the minimum of 2 kilometers away. So that's pretty much guaranteed as soon as they can see you, always. So as soon as they can guarantee see you, pretty much they can guarantee see your torpedoes. I'm generalizing here. So if you put it on the inside of it, number one, it's a shorter distance for them to run, so it's faster for them to get there and possibly hit your target, and much more importantly, increases the likelihood because, well, if I can see them and I have enough time, I can turn, okay? When you get very close, like actually at the 2 kilometer mark, it's near impossible to not hit them, so definitely lean in. Because some dudes try to slow down and that will make it worse for them. Some people try to speed up if they can, which might work, but doesn't guarantee. By the way, I'm shooting at the middle because there's nothing else there. I'm going to tell you self-evident. Getting torpedoes ready again. I'm not gonna need them, but... And I'm watching the Arizona, and I saw that the shells are coming in now. They hit me, but not too bad. He's gonna be dead before they go down. Or the one's gonna be dead before the torpedoes reach I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because he has everyone shooting at him. Everyone left on the team is shooting at him. Unfortunately, the Ganaizen there goes down to the fire. It's sad, but it happens. Immediately swapped. Notice, I saw the Atsukashi and I immediately swapped. Now this is where I messed up. I'm not gonna lie. Or I thought I messed up. Because I thought, oh, well, I was gonna waste a shot. I was gonna waste a thing. But I didn't. I thought I was stupid. And I was worried about the Moss there. He and I were the last two for a good while. We need dodge all three. I swapped to hot shot, quickly fired, got the kill, and then swapped back. Because now it's likelihoods of, well, is he gonna try to get close? Because he knows that I'm nearby. Or do I go, hey, there you go. You're on kill, recognize an out fire. Because you're still in the middle of things. Again, only target presenting himself. We're gonna see soon another target presents itself, but I can't fire at it, and he can't fire on me. It's the Arizona, who was the last battleship standing, and it was the, I think it was Bremberton? No, not Bremberton. Benhan? Who is their other destroyer? I think so. It'll show up in the feed in just a second. But I played it very rigid for a reason. Arizona's hidden behind a mountain, that's why I was like, okay, I don't need to worry about you. So just focus on Ganaizen now. Always hard AP shell to deal with it. Battleships AP, never question. If you want to try to annoy them, fine, HE. But everything else is AP. Our Moss got pretty good torpedo strike, so which is very handy. Now notice, we're closing into each other, because I'm the only one really that can handle him right now. I have the large health pool, I double checked to make sure that I was fine again from the Arizona. Yes, mountain's still too damn high. Now watch. I'm starting to turn and I slow down here because the Ganaizen has torpedoes. That's one of the battleships that has torpedoes. And I notice, okay, he's turning into me, so I don't need to worry about them. So going broadside against a battleship is a bad idea, still. Notice, I'm watching and playing doubles. And right there. I put it to the outside, which is a dumb move. He slowed down, but that's okay. That is okay. I was actually going to turn to try to get a second one, but he's getting fire damage and flood damage, so there you go. Now this is going to be a lot of dead air until the very end, so now it's just time to talk. I should have put my, yes, it's the Moss looking at me. It was their Moss looking at me. I think it was, yeah, no, it was Moss, not the Benhan. The Benhan. There was another Moss, right. So you can see I did one good torpedo set and one bad torpedo set. I still got a hit in each one, but the earlier hit against the Ganaizen now all the way back at the midpoint of this video was because I set it to the inside, so it was more likely that even if he turned away, there would at least be one hit. Just, again, normally if you have, say, a cruiser or something to spoil it ahead of you, or ahead of say like a battleship, well, they can normally turn away or turn into it depending on what they want to do and how close they are, I guess. But if you put it on the outside, guaranteed they can just slow down and have enough time to miss them or turn away. If on the inside, it's a little bit harder. I put it on the outside for the Ganaizen because I didn't think he would be able to slow down in time. that was momentum would keep him going just a little bit more. But it was a miss. I saw the mouse to get back because I knew that their thing was going to be there. But I could see that he wasn't listening, so it's like, well, hopefully I can. Hopefully, if he's smart, he'll hide, and I can pincer with him. That wasn't gonna happen, because as soon as I saw the ranges that the two mouses were at, I knew. Oh, and I saw it was like, well, he's gonna get killed in the salvo, and that was the salvo I thought would kill him. No, the Arizona now kills him. And I knew it was up to me, but I saw the time as well. Like, oh, it happens. Good shots, and I was watching the turrets. Watch the turrets and watch to see muzzle flash. Hilariously, you shot a salvo before, and just before they would hit me, the game ended. Shots fired, and then it's coming in. I'm not trying to say that I'm happy that I kind of lost this, because people played it poorly. But good news, I was at least, you know, in the top right there. I understand why the mouse got it, because he took a lot more damage and it's distracting, kind of. But this has been a target acquisition piece, okay? You need to know when to drop, and you need to know when to drop the current target you're aiming at, and to pick up the next one. Or to pick up a different one, I should say. That's all really I have to say for tonight. Please rewatch this a couple of times to see when and where you should switch between. Do I have my switches perfect? No. But in general, that's about where you want. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been, for those new guys among you, to World of Warships Legends. And remember, go out there in standard matches and learn by making mistakes. Script as much as you can, and rewatch your VODs.